Hello Leo, welcome back. Thank you for joining me. If you're a returning subscriber, thanks for coming back. Please don't forget to like and share. And if you're new to the channel, I hope you enjoy the reading. It's a general reading and it may apply to you or it may apply to somebody that you're close to at this time. So now in the in the first house we have part of fortune, increase. So now your first house is everything to do with the self. This is your appearance, your vitality, and basically your personal independence, how you are making your way through the world. And it's also how you appear to others. So what you're projecting outwards as well. So how they perceive you. So, you know, your observable characteristics, your personality, and so on. So now this card also this house also represents your self-oriented interests. So this could be from a grooming perspective, or it could be just from a health perspective, like gym routines and how you look and how you're looking after your body and so on. So with the part of fortune increase in your first house, that's exactly what it is. It's an increase. So what you can, how I feel it's affecting you is that you're going to be moving ahead at this time. So there are going to be a few karmic triggers which are going to activate certain things because this is a destiny card, right? So this could be, I think what you need to do is you need to put yourself out there. Because it's a karmic trigger and because there's destiny involved, it could be that your talents and abilities are sort of latent talents and abilities are being activated at this time. So this could be stirred up through circumstances. Somehow you find yourself in a situation where you need to step in and you display a talent, or you just subconsciously fall back on that and you display the talent or the ability. But whatever it is you're doing, whether it's impromptu or something that's planned, you're stepping into something, you've been asked to step up to do something, you need to take it, you need to do it. Just leap at it, because with that opportunity comes the stirring of these talents and abilities which have possibly been latent. So you may not have even known that you had them, or that you had this sort of in your makeup. It may not have been immediately noticeable, or you just haven't activated it. You haven't actually used it at all. But something will trigger it, and people will notice. So you'll be in the spotlight as well. People will notice that. And through that activation, you can actually study further whatever it is that you're displaying, whatever it is that you're able to do. You can study further on it. You can learn more about it. And that will help to raise your profile as well. So whatever it is that comes to pass, you're going to be in the spotlight in any case. And this could also be indicated for learning and exams. It's a very good time to be learning anything, and also to be writing exams, to be putting yourself out there. You will possibly be receiving rewards and gifts of some kind. Luck is with you as well, so some kind of lucky break. It's almost like things fall in your lap. It's that kind of karmic trigger. If you are involved in conflicts of any kind, you can expect them to be resolved at this time. This card is also really, really good for any kind of promotional work. So this is public relations, or promoting yourself, or some sort of work where you're in the public eye. If you are getting into a new relationship of some kind, it's a fated one. So therefore, it's meant to be, but it's got a quality of it where you're going to be helping each other. You're going to be assisting each other to move higher than you've been before, to reach higher levels that you probably wouldn't have been able to do on your own. So linking up with this other person is going to elevate you. You're going to elevate each other in some way through your combined energies. So just bear that in mind. But basically, it's moving ahead. That's what this card is all about. So now, connected to your 12th house, which we will get to at the end, and various other factors in your chart, there's quite a bit that you've got to let go of, and I feel then this will come in. So it's during this process that you will activate certain aspects of yourself, because this is you putting yourself out there, and you need to do that in conjunction with letting go of some things that are gone down or going down, or you need to sort out at this time. Then in the second house, we have South Node, life's debts. So your second house is your house of incoming money, your income. And if you don't earn an income, it's money that's coming to you in some way. It's what you're earning. And it's also your possessions, what you own, all possessions. And it can also be property, land, any kind of possession. And it also is the house of your self-worth and your value systems. So what you value in yourself and what you value in others. So all of these factors are tied up together. In some people, and others can separate. So you need to examine which area that this is coming into. It may be all of them, or maybe one area specifically. But basically, this is your drop the baggage card. Okay, this is the past. This is old things that need to go now. So you need to drop this baggage. You've been carrying it around for way too long, and it needs to go now in order to push you forward onto your new path. So it's old ideas, old ways, old attitudes and beliefs. They may not even be yours. You may have inherited them or you've absorbed them in some way. But you really need to examine who you are and what you want, and the real you, really. Because what has happened before may have worked before, may have been useful before. It's not useful anymore. It's got to go. There's certain things that are going to have been holding you back. You need to let go of those because you need to face the future now. This is about letting go of things that are not working for you anymore so that you can move forward onto your life path to actually get going now. So let go of what is not working for you. Deal with any unfinished or unresolved things. Also, if you've been on a rocky path of some kind, and it's been difficult and you've had obstacle after obstacle after obstacle, you need to now just let go of that. So let it go and change direction. That's what this card is all about, because there will be something else, there will be another way, another path, another direction which is better suited for you. And you just need to turn to face it. Okay. So this card is a turning point. It can bring endings and beginnings. And, it's basically letting go or dropping old things and moving forward into the future. There's usually an upheaval of some kind with this. It's an evaluation card and a self-analysis card, because once you do that, then you can let go of the things that are not working. So you're going to be leaving your comfort zone in some way, or you're going to be forced to. So your old routines, the routines that you've been doing mindlessly without too much thought or too much love or too much effort, all going to fall away now. They need to fall away to promote growth. So during this period, get out there, make new contacts. You're going to be meeting people from your soul family. It's important to get out. You must get out and actually make new contacts, try new things, and actually start stepping onto your path now. Then in the third house, we have Mercury Mind. Third house is the house of communication of all kinds, and it's highly indicated with Mercury because Mercury rules all forms of communication. So it's basically in its own house. So communication is highly indicated at this time. And this house also rules so all forms of communication. So this is written, verbal, online, body language even. It also rules documents and contracts of all kinds. This house also rules short trips, local trips, and it's also interactions with other people, but it can be the public as well. But it can also be with certain people around you, which would be your cousins, your aunts, uncles, siblings, and even your neighbors. Okay, so interaction is indicated in whatever way. With Mercury coming in, everything is mental. You're really going to need to apply your mental faculties to whatever it is you want to say or whatever you want to express. And your expression is really, really important at this time. So put effort into your communication. Get your point across. This is about self-promotion. Words, numbers, talking, speeches, reading, research, debates even. All of these things are going to be very important. You need to sharpen your pencil at this time. And you also need to apply a rational and reasoning mindset to everything that's going on, all forms of communication. You're going to need to bring in humor and versatility as well, because Mercury is incredibly versatile. With Mercury in your third house, you can also be giving messages, but also receiving messages from others. All right. So this can come in the form of literally somebody giving you exactly what you need to hear, or it could be in the form of gossip, or some kind of something that you hear, some kind of scandal or some kind of issue that you come up, is revealed to you. Just be careful that you are not getting dragged into the gossip, and also that you're not displaying glibness, some kind of argumentative or glib qualities as well, because that can also come in with this card. Think about what you're going to say. Think before you speak, okay? With Mercury coming in, technology is also highly indicated. So with all forms of communication, you may be tackling a new technology of some kind. So this is an upgrade from what you have been using. Maybe you're using a new program or a new phone or a new laptop or a new online profile or a new online vehicle. And this also rules cars and maps of all kinds. So perhaps you're going on a little local trip, but it's not your average everyday trip. This is something else you're going to be doing. So maps and cars are going to be indicated, but travel is indicated, but it's local in the third house. You can also expect quick developments coming up in your third house. So things are going to move rapidly at this time. In your fourth house, you have Leo, I will. So you are already a Leo. So this is coming in for your fourth house, which rules the fourth house. It's in its home house. So all indications are for home-based things. The fourth house is the house of home, whether it's your physical home or just where you're living currently. It's also your atmosphere in your home, the people in your home, and it also rules your relationship with your ancestry, your foundation, your roots, your family history, where you've come from, your ethnic identity, or your relationship with all of that and all the people associated with that, where you fit in, how you fit in, and so on. So with Leo, I will, this is a very confident card. It's a very loving card. It's a very outgoing card. There's a lot of originality there. But it's also about being at the center of something. So somewhere in the fourth house, you're going to be at the center of something. So whether you are now creating a new home and you're putting the full force of your personality in there, or you're somehow in the spotlight within your home, amongst the people in your home. But it could also be about displaying a talent in some way. Perhaps you are exhibiting decorative abilities or interior design or just certain things, or you may be working from home now, and whatever it is that you're doing is going to be noticed in some way, or people are going to be coming to you to see what you do. Children are also indicated in the fourth house, and with Leo, children are indicated, so children may be involved in some way in what you're doing. But there's creativity, there's growth, and there's a bit of romance. So whether you're bringing romance in to your home to make it a more romantic environment, or there's somebody bringing romance to you in your home. You could also be having social events in your home, parties and get-togethers, or just some kind of social gathering at your home. It could also, again, be to do with work. Perhaps it's something that you do, some creative endeavor, which you're having people around now to see. So it's almost like networking. But you're putting the full force of your personality into this. As I said, it could also be to do with your relationship with your foundation, your family, and your ancestry. So perhaps you're getting involved in some kind of event around that within your home, or you're coming to terms with certain things about your ancestry, or you're appreciating something. But whatever it is, you're going to be at the center of it. This is about being an individual, displaying originality, strength, courage, all the elements of the lion. So confidence as well. Or it could just simply be that you're bringing all these elements now into your home and really making it your own. Then in the fifth house, we have Yod, Destiny. So another Destiny card coming in for you here. The fifth house is the house of creativity. So whether it's your creativity or your children, because the fifth house also rules children, your children or other children that are you're associated with at this time. It's also the house of love affairs, and it's the house of fun and recreational activities of all kinds. So this could be any kind of activity which is fun and recreational for you, It could be a club activity, or you joining up with others in an activity, or just could be one-on-one, your own personal handcrafts or something like that. It could also be a speculative, some adventure, whether it's gambling or stock market or something like that. Now, with the Yod card coming in, I feel that fun and recreational activities are not necessarily going to feature too much at this time, because with this card, there's a general feeling of almost like being out of step with others at this time. You're just out of step with others. You're marching to a different drummer. You've got your own path which you're following. But there may be a bit of confusion about that. You may be sort of pioneering on your own, doing things on your own, and other people and their opinions and advice are just not needed really at this time. This is a time of self-analysis and to actually follow your own truth. So this is about digging that out of yourself, listening to your inner GPS and following what your own inner guidance is telling you, because you don't actually need other people's advice or support at this time. You can actually very well get there on your own, but it will be a time of working on your own towards something, a goal that you have. You just need to follow your inner GPS and follow your own truth, and you will get there. You will definitely get there. So it's basically doing your own thing. You know what to do. Deep down, you do actually know what to do. So there's a bit of individuality going on there. You need to figure out what is not working for you as well, and then release it. There could be a bit of confusion and pressure, a little bit of stress. You may have to make a few sacrifices along the way to actually reach your goal, whatever that may be. This could also be your children that you're actually seeing this process going on. It could be your children that are going through this, and you're observing that, and it's affecting you in some way. So just be on the lookout for that. Or it could be your love affair, your partner that you're involved with. Perhaps you're going through certain things with them. There could also be health issues coming up, which may need to be dealt with either for your children or for yourself or for your love affair. But there may be sort of allergies which are preventing, holding you back, or some other kind of health issue like autoimmune or whatever. All of these need to be dealt with, but it could indicate a lifestyle change for you. So you may need to really look at your lifestyle and make big changes there to create the lifestyle that you want, to create the kind of well-being that you want at this time. But it is a destiny card, so whatever is going down in the 5th house, you can't force it. It's got to unfold by itself, but there is a lot of self-analysis and finding your own way with this card. Then following on from that, in the 6th house, we have Uranus Genius. So the 6th house is your house of work, your workplace, your work colleagues. And if none of that applies to you and you work on your own, doing your own thing, then it could be self-mastery of your craft. So mastery of the craft, whatever it is that you do. It's also the house of health and diet, and it's the house of pets. So with Uranus Genius coming in, there's unexpected events going down here. Really unexpected bolts of lightning type energy coming down. There could be rebellion in there. There could be that launch for freedom. So it could also just be, whatever it is, it's going to be a surprise, and there's going to be chaos. There could be a bit of turmoil going on. Or it could be that you have a sudden awareness about something. It's almost like it's an awakening. But it comes at you with such speed and force that you are literally blinded for a moment. But through that, you receive some form of intuition, or some kind of a fantastic idea, or just some kind of really brilliant concept comes to you. It could also be that you're suddenly able to display your originality, or you get the inspiration to display your originality in some way. And it could also be that you're making changes now. And it could also just be an alternate lifestyle, which was already coming up in your 5th house. It could be an alternative lifestyle that you're grasping for now, that you need to do and you need to bring in some way, which is going to change your health and going to change your life in myriad of ways. It could also be, to address certain nervous system issues which you're grappling with right now. But Uranus will activate all of that, but there will be a bit of an upheaval and some turmoil initially. You need to be a little bit detached during this process because that's what Uranus is. It's a kind of detached energy. So observe what's going on, deal with what's right in front of you. It could also be that you're following something new as well, or something could be thrust upon you, some new way or form. And this could be technology in your workplace. So it's an upgrade from what you have been using, or it could be a brand new system altogether. But this is going to really going to test you in some way. But it will literally be from one day to the next, you will have to make changes. It could also be that you're being exposed to unconventional or different scenarios or different types of technology or cutting edge technology or just different types of people or cutting edge people. These people are going to be very different from you. Their sexual orientation could be different from you. They could be different ethnicities. They could have different culture. They could be foreign. Or they could be quite bohemian in their ways. So you could be now mixing with people who are very different from yourself, but you're going to learn from this whole exercise, and it's going to open your mind in a lot of different ways. So yeah, this is literally a change all card coming in for you in your 6th house. Then in the 7th house we have Chiron, healing. So your 7th house is your house of relationships, your personal one-on-one relationships. So this is with a love partner, or it could be with a business partner or somebody else that is close to you at this time, one-on-one. And Chiron healing, that's exactly what it's about. So what it's telling you is that in the 7th house, whichever relationship that that is coming to mind for you at this time, there's healing required here before you can make progress. So whether this is emotional or material, or whether it's a business relationship, but there's old wounds or sorrows or emotional trauma or old issues that are coming up, and they will come up. They keep coming up until you deal with them. That's the whole point of them coming up. So what you're going to have to do is you're going to have to actually really shine a bright light on them, examine them, look at them from all angles, accept the lessons that it brought you and the reason that it was in your life, okay? Because there's always a reason. There's always some kind of method or a part that it played in your life. So you need to accept that part that it's played in your life, and accept it and then release it, and then it will resolve, okay? So that is quite a process in itself. It takes a lot of courage and emotional fortitude to do that. So whatever's dysfunctional, whatever has come up for healing needs to be looked at and released, but you've got to shine a light on it. You can't shove these things down into the shadows because they just keep coming up again. It's like trying to keep a beach ball down underwater with your weight, your body weight. It just keeps coming up. So that's why it needs to be dealt with. There could also be sickness as well, some kind of sickness before health. So some kind of illness which needs to be dealt with before you can get to the healthy part. You've got to go through that process. There could be alternative healing and therapies or remedies and medicines coming in here for you. Perhaps something in there is going to assist you to move forward. So if it's a physical thing or even an emotional issue that you're grappling with, look at the alternative therapies and medicines as well. You can still go the traditional route. Either one is applicable, but think about it carefully. It could be an integrative approach that you require. But this is also about breaking old patterns. So try something new, try something else, seek help to get to the bottom of what it is that needs to be dealt with, and then you can move forward. Then in the 8th house, we have earth element stability. So with this card coming in, this is a finance house, big finance. It's also the house of the deeper commitment between partners, love partners, and also between business partners. And it's also the sexual commitment or the sexual energy between love partners. So it's the merging of emotional and material resources. That's what the 8th house is about. It's also about big finance. It's about investments, inheritances, insurances, banking, accounting, tax, all kinds of investments, and legacies and trusts and things like that. It's also about handling other people's money. So you may be in that position as a professional. You're doing it on behalf of somebody else. It's issues around that. Yeah, so there's quite a bit that goes on in the eighth house, and it could also be the atmosphere around a relationship as well, whether it's a personal love relationship or whether it's a business partnership. So now, with this coming in, I feel what it's asking you to do is to bring the stability element in. So this is about avoiding rushing and criticism as well. So it's time to slow down. It's time to make solid decisions based on methodical and practical steps, all right? Because this is a money house, you've got to be careful with that. And also if you're merging finances between you and another. So it's about gaining wisdom in these matters and to take it step by step, because you need to lay a solid foundation, all right? This is also about letting go of stubborn or old, outworn ideas. Try new things. Don't be afraid. Get a new outlook. Avoid materialism as well, and hoarding, if that is appropriate for you, whether this is hoarding of emotions or hoarding of material things. You must whatever you have must work for you. So whatever is between you and this other person, whatever systems are in place, whatever you own, whatever finances you've got between you, it must work for you, or you must let it go. Okay, so it's got to actually work for you and work properly, and be practical and sensible. This is also about taking responsibility for your own goals as well, and for your own stuff, your own things, your own emotions. You need to get organized as well. And you could very well be making very good, positive new contacts with this card coming as well. You may also be venturing into all things to do with nature, because this is a nature card. So whether it's getting involved in organic farming, or buying a plot of land, or helping others do that, but it's time spent in nature or close to nature, or in gardening facilities, or gardening yourself, or just spending time in nature is really going to bring the stability and the balance in for you to balance everything else that's going on at this time. Then in the ninth house, we have North Node, Life's Purpose. Lovely card to be having in. Your ninth house is your house of all things international. So it's you meeting the world, or the world meeting you in some way. All foreign things, whether it's import, export, you online, communicating with others internationally, or connecting with foreign people, foreign cultures, foreign beliefs, foreign systems. It's about exploration, it's about adventure, it's about travel, international travel. It's also about broadening the mind, so therefore further education and study. So this would be university education or adult education. It's also about philosophy, religion, and belief systems of all kinds. This ninth house was also the house of law and the higher courts. And it's also your relationship with your in-laws, if that is appropriate for you. So now, with the ninth house, this North Node, Life's Purpose, this is the opposite of the South Node that you had. So you had the South Node, Life's Debts, which was in your second house, and this is in your ninth house. This is the opposite. This is Life's Purpose. This is North Node. This is your yes card, the go-to card, the get-going card, move forward card. Really, it's a very expensive card to be having. So destiny is calling you here. It really is. This house is also about teaching. It's also about publishing in all its forms. It's about promotional work. Perhaps you need to be doing promotional work of some kind, or you're going to get involved in that. So it covers a great deal of different aspects. But this is the yes card coming in. So opportunities are going to come to you. It could be a new business or a new venture, or a new opportunity to travel, even internationally. But opportunities coming in. This is about expansion. All right, huge expansion. So through a life lesson, you will arrive at the right place for you. So some sort of life lesson may be going down at this time, but you will arrive where you're supposed to be in this house. There's far-reaching potential with this card coming in. So there can be quick developments going down. But essentially, it's you in the right place at the right time to pick up these opportunities, or to undertake any one of these ninth house activities. This is the Pot of Gold card. It's also about positive karma coming in, because this is very much a karmic situation. You had old karma coming back to you, and this is positive karma, good deeds you've done before coming back to you now to assist you to move forward. You could also be meeting karmic connections. This is soul family coming in for you to assist you in some way. So very expansive house, lots going on there, but a very positive thing coming in for you. Then in the 10th house, we have Pluto transformation. 10th house is the house of career, fame, reputation, and public status. It's also the house of ambitions and authority figures of all kinds, whether this is within your family, male or female, or it could be in your workplace, or just somebody that you're admiring at this time. It could be a mentor. So Pluto transformation coming in. That's exactly what it says. Transformation is going down in this house, big time. So endings and beginnings, this is coming up. It's a repetitive theme for you. Endings and beginnings in some way, shape or form is coming in for you. So this is something is falling away. Something is falling away to make way for new things, which is always a good thing. So there's regeneration of some kind, or even a rebirth. So this could be something from the past, or something from an old thing which you thought was dead or gone or finished. Something comes out of that now. So it's almost like a rebirth or some kind of regeneration coming in for you. With this house, there could be, with this Pluto card coming in, there could be a surprise of some kind. There might be a few power struggles going on in this house as well. This is power struggles as you are rebirthing, or as you are moving forward into your new beginnings. It could also be that you're seeing something from the past for what it is. So you saw it in a different light before, and now you're seeing it the way it actually is. And there could be a little bit of a disappointment in there, or a realization. With Pluto in this house at this time, be careful with your finances. Just be prudent with that. Things like tax, big finance. With whatever happens in this house, there's going to be new ways coming in for you. You could also have things coming to the surface. Things that were hidden previously are now coming out in some way. It could be a realization, or it could be something in your career, or it could be your own personal hidden feelings are now starting to come out, where you just really need to move on in some way. As I said, this is a transformation. Something has to go in order to make way for something new in this house. In the 11th house, we have Gemini, I think. Your 11th house is your house of friendships, your personal friendships, and it's also the house of your hopes and dreams, your personal wishes, and your hobbies and your interests. And it's also the house of networks and group activities of all kinds. So this can be your personal networks that you're building up to do with your own business, or for your income, or it could be you involved in groups of all kinds. So whether this is a society or an association or an online group, but it's you in an activity with others. It could be even a group of companies. It's also the house of trends in society. So if that's appropriate for you, perhaps it's important for you to be watching trends for your creative endeavors, or something that you're doing, a hobby that or an interest that you have. It's important for you to watch trends. This is the house for that. It's also the house of global consciousness and group consciousness. So with Gemini, I think it's a Mercury-ruled card. It's a communicative card, which is very important for this house because of all the communication concepts that are attached to the 11th house. So what it's saying is your words are going to be really, really important at this time. So what you say to your friends, what you say in your groups, what you say online, what you say when you're promoting yourself in some way, all very, very important. So use your words wisely at this time. All communication is highlighted. So this is written, verbal, body language, all of it. You could also be learning something at this time. You may be multitasking in lots of different ways, so versatility is required from you. You may also be involved with publishing, or publishing, or just sort of getting yourself, promoting yourself or promoting others in some way. Technology is highlighted again in this card. This keeps coming up again. It's a repeat theme as well for you. So technology is going to get you where you need to go here. You're going to be exposed to it in some way, whether it's just a phone upgrade or using more apps on your phone or social media or whatever. It's going to be a technology. There's going to be something in that for you. You may also be, as I said, be talking to others, and you may have to talk your way out of a situation, or you are being talked about. So this could be gossip coming in for you again. So just be mindful about your words. As I said, be mindful about what you say, what you're hearing and what you're passing on, what you're communicating to others at this time. Then in the 12th house, we have solar eclipse revolution. You have a lot of transformative cards in your chart this month. So this is really setting the stage for incredible change in your life, actually. So with this card coming in, your 12th house is the house of your unconscious self. So this is your unconscious motives and drives, and your unconscious thoughts and feelings about yourself and feelings about others and your situation and so on. What's not necessarily conscious. It's also the house of reflection, so spending time on your own, on retreats or whatever it is that works for you. It's also the house of your spiritual life, your meditation, your mysticism and your healing. It's the house of service to others. It's the house of karmic lessons. And it's the house of escapism of all kinds, and drugs and addiction. So whether this is for you or somebody that's close to you, you may experience that as well. It's also the house of your experiences in institutions of all kinds. So whether this is a learning institution like a university or a library or a government institution or a hospital even, or a prison, any kind of museum, even any kind of institution. It's your experiences there. So it could be you with another sort of visiting this place, or you going into one for whatever reason. So any of those could come in for you. But if I feel with solar eclipse revolution, this is really a revolution of the inner self that's going on here. So something is going to trigger that. You're also going to be asked to make a decision. This is a very important decision. It's a rapid decision that you need to make. Action needs to be taken. It's inevitable and very necessary that you make this decision. So something's going to fall away to make way for something new. So again, this theme is coming up again and again. Endings and beginnings, something leaving, something old, something new coming in. It's this repetitive theme. So change is coming in for you. It may be a bit of a jolt for you as well, a bit of an upheaval. It could be old ideas, attitudes, and beliefs that you're letting go of now, which is actually really indicated. It's really important that you do that now. It could be an old lifestyle that you're giving up as well. You're rearranging your diet, you're rearranging your life, you're taking on new attitudes, you're changing your lifestyle. It could be that as well coming in for you. But whatever it is, it's all necessary, and rather take action to do it yourself. Fix or change anything that you can, because you don't want this to come upon you and change it for you, because often those can be very hard. So take action, fix or change whatever is going on in your environment. So whatever you want to fix or change, do it to create better conditions for yourself, because ultimately it's going to really put you in a much better position, and you'll be able to fly after that. Okay, Leo, lots of change for you on the board here. I wish you well. Please don't forget to like and share, or like and subscribe. And I wish you the very, very best, and have a wonderful month, and I will see you next time. Take care.